Leadoff man Johan Saravia. First pitch, swinging, a bullet to right, and this game is tied at 7. First to third, Jimenez slides in safely. In the bottom of the 11th. Morikawa deals, gets a ground ball to third, Ayabe, and they're loaded. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch swinging, Ayabe to the bag, to the plate, and Nicaragua wins in 11 innings to stay alive.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Little League World Series game. Nicaragua beats Japan in a game that I believe was 4 hours. 4 hours. Got this cord situation going on in my desk. God, jeez. There was a weather delay, but also they played 11 innings. The really, really shitty thing is that the game ended on a mistake. Because if I watched the highlights, I woke up this morning and was checking out the news for you folks. Oh, this is interesting to see, by the way, it's a show about sports, etc. But whatever. I was checking out this. The thing it says, this is the title: Japan versus Nicaragua. Parentheses. Must watch amazing elimination game! Exclamation point. It's like 17 minutes. What? It was amazing. The Nicaraguan team turned a no-shit 4-6-3 double play. It was amazing. It was an amazing game, but it ended on a situation, if you didn't see the highlight, infield was in. It was a ground ball to the third baseman. Guy picked it up and went to go tag the bag, but then with the runner on third, he realized halfway to the bag, which is just a step or two away, oh, shit, there's only 1 out. And then he went home and had a bad throw. But other than the plays in this game, it was, and Little League World Series for me doesn't really do it. I pay attention to the championship, I guess. I used to really, really like it as a guy that tried to like sports, and then the more I got into it, the more I was like, or as I got older, this is kind of creepy. If they're not from your state, it really is strange. I'm glad they get to feel like big leaguers. I'm glad to get to hit home runs and people watch on TV. It is just a little weird to me. I can't quite explain it, but this was a great ball game, and I'm a fan of sports ball, and this is a good old ball game. All right, interesting to see daily sports podcast, whatever. How do I say this? Fellatio. Why am I saying this to you? Well, the Oakland Athletics. Nobody goes to their games. Nobody. They have the worst attendance ever since the invention of television, essentially. Someone zoomed in on what would be the highest point on the upper deck on the left field side. And there appeared to be, in the middle of a day game, with "Let's Go Oakland" it being chanted by the 37 people who cared, there appeared to be fellatio happening. Now, the balls of these people, because they're in California, and the most heavily regulated place in the Western Hemisphere. Probably, maybe. I don't know. That's jail, I think. And it's certainly a fine, and I think it's borderline a felony. I saw some people arguing on Twitter and TikTok comments of people that claim to be lawyers, but I know it's bad. It was a day game. Also, the genius to do it there, if you're behind everyone in a game that's not full, you would literally have to have someone who also doesn't care about the Athletics, because you could steal any seat you wanted in this stadium. They knew that no one would look at the grainy footage of this guy to zoom in the year of our Lord, where you can zoom in on anything. You still can't really tell what's going on, and you certainly can't identify any features of these people other than they're white. You can barely identify their clothes. Anyway, that's going on the internet today, so be prepared for that. I watched 7 times, and it took a while for me to understand, oh, wow, that might be what's happening. That's how shitty the footage is. Had another thing happen at a baseball game yesterday. Baseball rues the day. This will be the thing that people are debating on the internet. If you get nothing from my show at any point in time, ever, This is the thing that you need to understand for today. We have a man in Yankee Stadium who drills a hole in a hot dog with a straw. So he takes a hot dog in one hand and a straw in the other, and he drills a hole in the hot dog. He then puts the hot dog in the beer, and he sucks the beer through the hot dog. He uses it as a straw. Ask me if I'm kidding. Ask me if I'm kidding. Now, I don't know what game this was at. I'm not really, I mean, those are Mets. It looks like those are Mets. But this guy's got a Yankees cap on. But the Yankees cap has this, do you see it there? It's like this plaid thing. So it must be a Mets game. And this guy's just there. And he's got some cool kicks on. He's got his khakis on. Now, let's watch the video. I'm going to shut that off. So here he is. He drills hole in his straw. Here's the beer. Puts the wiener in the beer, sucks the beer through the glizzy straw. Glizzies are a meme way. It's just a name for a hot dog. Now, when hot dogs are piping hot, you can forget how gross they are because they taste delicious. It's pork, essentially, allegedly. When the hot dog goes into the beer, it will have been cooked, sure. Now, the question is, all of the fat people on Twitter, mostly Barstool Sports and all of the people that are just famous for talking about sports on Twitter, they're going to defend this to stay on brand. Could you imagine the oil on the hot dog in your mouth and it's getting cold and then you're sucking beer out of it? This ruins beer. And if you're in New York, this situation must have cost you $30. And I don't think I'm joking. This is utterly disgusting. If for no other reason, then there's no way that it makes the hot dog or the beer more enjoyable. And if it were disgusting but it improved something, I would agree with it. But then what do? How do you wash down your hot dog? Is the beer over and then you eat the hot dog? Or did you literally just get the hot dog so that you could have hot dog flavored beer? Now, that's interesting. Uh-huh. As a beer nerd, I would say, nope, still gross. Nope. Still gross. How about some actual baseball highlights? The Philadelphia Phillies, they got beat by the Mets, but they're playing the Reds. They went back-to-back. Shouts to Philly.
2-0 was hit in the air. Center field, pretty well hit. Senzel going back. He's going to be an observer. And, wow, how about this? Bryson Stott rips one off the facing of the second deck.
Unbelievable. Back-to-back jacks are sweet. I actually don't know if baseball standings. I was going to do that first week in September. Hold on. MLB standings. Might as well look it up while we're here. See, then they do this thing. Like, Google is smart enough to be able to use whatever sports information company they outsource with to give me the division standings, but they don't give me the playoff picture. There it is. Okay. In the National League, it appears like the Phillies would be in right now. The Phillies are in. Yeah, they're a good ball club. They're in the best division in baseball, though, it would appear. Because the Mets are great, and then the Phillies and the Braves are both in with wild cards right now, and the Phillies are 8 games back of the Braves for the wild card spot, and they are tied with the San Diego Padres. Could you imagine if the Padres spend all that money and then one of their best players gets suspended and they don't make the playoffs? No, that wouldn't be funny, right? Nobody's rooting for that. It would definitely not be funny. It would absolutely not be funny. Okay, moving to football. Tom Brady's back. Remember they did the Masked Singer thing? There are conflicting reports. Some people are like, yeah, there's smoke, there's fire. Other people are like, he might have just been on vacation. I think, so the report, this other rumor is that Giselle and the kids and him just went on vacation to the Bahamas. I think that's her way of alphaing him. I mean, like, yeah, you remember that time I was like not happy about your career? You're going to the fucking Bahamas, we're getting divorced, and I'm sure that their prenup is essentially a declaration of war, and she's worth a significantly higher amount of money than him, and she will always be. She'll probably die a self-made billionaire. She's not quite there, but I'm sure she will be. And for him to live his life and play this football thing, even with the Fox broadcasting shit, he needs her. So I think she just alphaed him. It was like, I mean, that's the other thing, right? Could they just, what if he's just on vacation? What if he's just on vacation? Well, game, respect game. That's all I have to say. Other football news, Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions, Hard Knocks tonight, and we have to watch. I don't know if this is going to be on there, but I hope it is. The Detroit Lions had a players-only meeting. No, practice. We're talking about practice. That's right. Dan Campbell watched, like a Harry Potter professor. There were no coaches at practice. The players just practiced on their own. Apparently, allegedly, they had a great time. I don't know what the purpose is, but thank God we're going to get a detailed report about this, and I don't have to click on some paywalled beat reporting to know what this was about because we have HBO's Hard Knocks. They're going to be there. I'm sure it was like, yeah, we yell at you guys a lot. You know what you're doing. You're grown men. Your employees. Jared Goff makes more than the entire coaching staff combined. Let's just let them be adults. They're grown-ups. They're going to work. They're not kids getting the day off. So if you're high schoolers, you just like play your favorite drill. Let's play Oklahoma. That's not how it works, yo. I mean, that's my gut feeling, and I hope that's what happened. What a cool thing. I mean, they are adults. Like, this player-friendly thing that's happening in sports is good. You should want people to want to be there, not feel like they have to be there, especially when they are more important and wealthier than you. That's such a weird dynamic. I don't understand how hockey coaches and baseball coaches have for so long been able to just cuck and alpha these athletes. Fernando Tatis Jr., he's such a big deal. It's like GDP to some countries. In Canada, too. Like, how are these coaches yelling at these grown men? Like, no, I'm good. I'm not going to do that. Like, make them want to be there. Affirmation, volunteerism is such a better tactic. So I'm very fascinated to see how this goes. Hard Knocks is tonight. Do we have any predictions? David Blau is going to be a storyline. Tim Boyle, the backup quarterback stuff. Everybody seems to be liking it. I haven't looked into the ratings, but I think tomorrow we'll have a better understanding of ratings. Maybe I'll look into it. I'll get you out of here on this. The biggest shit show in professional sports continues to be the Washington Commanders. They have the worst stadium in professional sports, I would argue, except for perhaps Oakland, but you can get head out Oakland. Woo! Not only did they have sewage dump on people and a bunch of railings break last year, and then also so they had sewage break, and then a water line broke. Those are two different games. And then a railing broke and almost completely injured a ton of fans and also players. But now they will have the most expensive beer in the country for all stadiums at $14 for a pint. Almost $1 an ounce. Fuck those guys, man. This is interesting to see. I'll be back and better than ever tomorrow. College football preview coming up this week.